high atop Talladega Super Speedway, where a race that we technically have done before will happen. But at the same time, a race that we have never done before will also take place. What do I mean by that? Well, we've done a multi-class race in the NASCAR Series of Cup, Xfinity, and Trucks, but never on an oval. That changes tonight. You're watching the multi-class Talladega race with the NASCAR Cup Series, Xfinity Series, and Truck Series live on iRacing. Sunday night prime time spectacular. My name's John Ramos. Well, on top of the booth as we get ready to go green, live from our studios in Nashville, Tennessee. Gonna be an absolute blast. So let's run it down as David Bell drops a $20 super chat. So glad to see that indeed. Guess what? 62 drivers worked their way to Talladega. Now that's a common sight in NASCAR Night in America, but usually we have bump day. 62 drivers will go to 43. We'll rack them, stack them, and let them go green. Tonight, all 62 entries will take the green flag because it's multi-class racing. 20 for Cup, 21 for Xfinity, and 21 for the Truck Series on the entry list. This is where it gets exciting. 3 races at once. We'll be keeping an eye on the next gens. We'll be keeping an eye on the Xfinity and the Truck Series. But what about how things go down? That's pretty simple because we got brand new rules. The Cup Series will be the main line of machines to watch. For instance, overtime. Once the white flag is taken by the Cup Series, the next flag automatically ends the race for all 3 series. If there's a wreck in the Xfinity Series, it could bring out a full course yellow for all 3 series. Same with trucks. Same with every single series that we will be seeing here tonight. We'll be maintaining and monitoring 3 races at once at Talladega. Man, if you hear that, you say, that sounds like a disaster. But we do have things in play to make sure the racing tonight is up to form. The Truck Series, Xfinity Series, and the Cup Series will all be separated into their own divisions through restarts and in group-esque racing. Some said, why didn't you just do this on an intermediate where they spread on out? Big thing, packet loss. We realize if we keep them in packs and they're separated around the track, drivers have an opportunity of having less issues with their systems. During qualifying testing and during practice and race testing that we had earlier this week, we realized when we mix them all together in a 60-car bunch, ripping through 1 and 2, 6, 7, 8 drivers actually lost connection because their PCs couldn't handle it. So we said, okay, at some point the Next-Gen Xfinity Series and the trucks will mix. The 40-car mix isn't the problem. It's the 60-car mix where you gotta hold your breath as a viewer. Tonight, there's a lot of unknowns, but we do know it will be a 100-lap race, prime time Sunday night in the afternoon, Talladega heat. But what's gonna happen? Will the next gens just pull away? Will Xfinity be able to close the gap? Will trucks be that big wild card run? Or will we see underdogs prevail in every series imaginable here tonight? Well, just 1 minute remains as we get ready to take the green flag. Chevy, Ford, and Toyota, 3 manufacturers lined up and loaded. We do have our IMSA Series overlays on the left side of your screen, and we're going right away. Just 1 race tonight, but if you want to see more of this on a different oval, feel free to drop a like on the stream. Depending on how much you enjoy it will depend on how we ride. Mateo Ortiz lined up and ready to go. Powell lined in. Miranda Rose. These are the truck class. Now, we didn't really talk about the trucks leading on in. The real talk of the time has been Cup Xfinity. You know why? Because we mainly put the best of the best that we believe on the super speedways in the Cup Series class. So you'll have the notable names like Mosteller, Wilkerson, and Walker. Xfinity, you'll still see notable names, but it's really a mixed bag of underdogs and the drivers that were once great in 2022 and 2021. There is about 1 or 2 underdogs in the Cup Series. Don't forget that. The Truck Series, full of names that are trying to be made in NASCAR Night in America, or maybe names you already know. Sierra Clamper had her first e-ticket appearance in the Darrington Woodworking 4-500. Matt Neeson used to rip around a lot with us in 22. He's back, the driver from the NASCAR Hall of Fame. So many names, so many opportunities. Tonight it will all go down in a 100-lap race. Yaroslav Donskoy, the driver out of Russia. Xander McKinney, the driver out of Ohio. David Joyner, the driver from Georgia. 62 names, 62 stories. We'll see 3 winners at the drop of the checkered flag. In just a matter of moments, we'll get ready to see the green flag. How's the chat doing? Hopefully y'all are doing well. Top of the board, Daniel Mosteller. That's of the Cup Series class. Xander, oh, let's rephrase that. Adam Garza, top of the board of the Xfinity Series class, as Cooper Glick will be leading him to the line in the Truck Series. Now we'll take a couple laps to separate these classes once again in a 3-second differential. So when the Cup Series takes the green flag, it will be in the restart zone. When Xfinity takes the green flag, this is what you got to worry about. It will be on the embankment of 3 and 4 for some. Trucks might just be entering turn 3 once we drop that hammer. And this is where some of the worries come in, right? Let's say it's the one to go and there's a big wreck in the next-gen class and they can't clear it, and here comes the Xfinity Series machines. And then the Truck Series have to work their way through that minefield. That is a question of concern. As a viewer and a hardcore driver fan, maybe you might be saying, hey, that's a little too risky. If you're new and you came to see the wildness of Talladega, you may be seeing a wreck that we've never seen before. Well, we love multi-class racing. We love it so much that we might not be doing NASCAR racing come this Tuesday. Rain is in the forecast for NR Night in America on this Tuesday night at 8 Eastern, 7 Central. So we'll be racing in the rain with either the GT3, GTP, or any series that now allows rain on iRacing. Keep that in mind. A lot of great things coming on forward. Also, SRX is coming to iRacing. We may do that as well on Tuesday night. So this will be the last NASCAR race just for maybe a week until we get back to our true form. And the greatest question I continue to get asked, why are we doing this? The answer, why not? New things keeps things fresh, keeps racing fresh. Doing a car track combo, we've technically never done an NR Night in America. Have you watched a multi-class race at Talladega with 3 series that are in NASCAR? We want to do this at Auto Club. We want to do this at Michigan. But it started with the 2.4 and now we work to Talladega, a super speedway where things will get dicey. Let's go ahead and say those magical words. God, speed, drivers. You are go for throttle up. Lined up and loaded and ready to go. Green, Mosteller, Wilkerson, Cootie, Carr, Jua, Lewis, Thurston, and Walker. The next-gen class, that's going to be a sight to hold. But what about the boys in the Xfinity Series? As they get ready to rip, Adam Garza looking for his first win. Riker Byram, the winner of the Battle of the Beach. He's on the outside of West Texas' finest, trying to get it done here in Alabama. Max Steinmeier, we all know who Jumpman is, and he may want to jump to the lead quickly. And then we got the trucks. Riley Marabello, David Johnson, Cooper Glick. Last time Cooper Glick won an NR Night in America, early 2022, it came from Talladega, but he's had one heck of a hiatus from victory lane. Carlos Truther is starting in this 18th spot. He's going to be way back towards the rear end, but his idea, surviving. Keep that in mind. Bryce Thomas, keep an eye on him as well towards the back end of the Xfinity Series class. Looking to go ahead and shake things up. Ladies and gentlemen, we get the one to go. And on this beautiful prime time Sunday night, we get ready to go green flag racing. Let's get it done in Dega. Are you excited, ladies and gentlemen? You love the overlays? Oh, we do too. You love the racing action? Well, we can't answer that until a matter of moments. Drew Jua in that 38 machine. He's lined up nose to tail with Andrew Cootie. Jua Mosteller, as you know, a historic finish in an e-ticket event in the Darrington Woodworking Florida 500. This time Jua picks up Ford for this community event. He lines up nose to tail on the bottom. Zach Attack, Sputtermouth, dropping down the memberships. David Bell with a $20 super chat. And that will go a long way for more community events that we plan on adding. We take the green flag in the Cup side. Then we take the green flag in Xfinity and trucks. And we're going to be looking all over this racetrack because we got 100 laps of fun coming your way. How about Jackson Carr in that 44? He's topside, ready to go green. You know, things always go down in Dega when we go racing at this behemoth of a track. We talk about the big one. Very rarely do we talk about the huge one. We talk about things happening that you have never expected. This race is all about what to not expect, maybe the unexpectancy that's about to happen, because we have 100 laps of action as we light the fuse down in Sweet Home, Alabama for the multi-class NASCAR race. Next-Gen's clear to turn one. Xfinity across the start-finish line. Byram on the bottom, lined up with Josh Lilly on the outside lane. They're trucking their way down into 1 and 2 as well. I think these trucks are going to easily catch the Xfinity Series field right off the gun. And no wasting time at all. This is the leaders up front. Jacob Wilkerson on the outside lane with Jackson Carr will sweep its way down to the bottom. They stay clear of the other series that are now battling wheel to wheel up into turn 3. Riker Byram, the leader of the Xfinity Series class. He's on the bottom. Cooper Glick, leader of the truck class. He has caught the back end of Bryce Thomas, sitting in 22nd. At the line, Jacob Wilkerson, maybe Lewis. Yes, it is. Davis Lewis leads lap number 1. They're already 3 wide. And this time we did not expect. We expected at some point that the series would come together, but not right off the gun. This is a big opportunity for Cooper Glick to stay in the draft and pull away from the rest of the trucks. You look at Marcus Vanderlee, sitting here 43rd overall, 3rd in his class. He's got Marabello and Glick lined up. If I'm Glick and Marabello, right now I'm queuing up and I'm saying, hey, let's get to the swarm of these Xfinity Series machines and stay away from the trucks at all costs. Up front, it's Wilkerson on the bottom. It's Carr on the outside lane. Now swoop to the inside as Mosteller goes for a lunge top. Lined in with Cootie. Lined in with Walker. Chevy on Chevy, and the fan favorite will swipe the lead at the start-finish line. Mosteller leads that one. Adam Garza, company at hand. DeAngelis topside. He's lined in with Lilly. Lined in with more company abroad. It's all Adam Garza at the line. Cooper Glick, maybe Lane Sanders now leading. Sanders works his way top of the board in the trucks. Glick, who looks like he has dropped. From what we have seen so far, nowhere near now the Lane Sanders machine. Gio Turpin is involved, so you can calm down because you know, okay, a lot of racing left to go. 98 laps in. This is cool. This is exciting. Look at River Page at the gun and slings himself to the lead. He's got Spencer Burns and company abroad, but Page right away wants the lead. He's got it in. Frank DeAngelis, he got moved to the Xfinity Series class. We said, sorry, Frank, we're giving your number to someone else in the Cup Series class. How do you get it back? Winning on this stage. We haven't seen DeAngelis go to victory lane since October. And the last time he went to victory lane, that wasn't a duel where he led on the final lap. Wow, you got to look back to summer of 2023. Turpin second in his field there with the trucks. They've already put a nice little run on with the Xfinity Series machines. Sierra Clampert's looking to go ahead and climb the leaderboard. She's right now just stuck in her own place. Here's Patrick Connell on that 98 machine lined up to the bottom. Community events, they're not e-ticket events per se, They're events you want to go ahead and keep an eye out for because they're fun, they're unique, they're new, and they're all that energy that leads to the next e-ticket event that will be at Talladega. That will be the Alabama 500 coming up in April. Josh Kenyon lined in Spencer Burns' new scheme for that 06. He's got the donuts on the side of the car. Not exactly sure why he chose that livery. But the next gens have now single filed out. Jonathan Rains, there he is on the bottom lane with Aiden Walker. Nose to tail. Their idea, stay away from Xfinity and just log these laps. This is definitely going to be the toughest field, but no shock here. Xfinity and trucks are keeping it wheel to wheel. It's DeAngelis downstairs ripping with guards up. It's the outside of Vietu that's got in tow now with Josh Lilly. The left side of your screen shows the top 8 of each class, but don't leave it out. We have 62 drivers racing at Talladega with now 95 laps remaining. Frank Orley, top of the board of the Cup Series class, and they have seriously put a move on the rest of this field. They may catch the trucks in the Xfinity Series at some point. Well, Sean Rose, your race leader now. He's got Moriarty, or somebody, let's rephrase that. He's got Mosteller in line, who jumps to the outside lane. It's interesting. They have about 18 cars in this pack, but they're so much quicker than these two series working together that they have pulled away. It's about, I want to say, 11, 12, 13 seconds from the tail end of the next-gen pack to what's going on up front in the Xfinity Series. Man, this is fun to watch, isn't it? Vietu top side in the Mustang. He's going to lead this lap without an issue. In line, still Josh Kenyon. Oh, trouble. Wreck in the next-gen class. Walker, Lewis, Donskoy. Big hit to the inside of Yaroslav Donskoy. Jonathan Rains may have been involved. Only one next-gen was not able to fully get away, but we're going to keep it green, and he's going to get swallowed up quickly by the Xfinity Series class. And Frank's got me laughing right now. He's saying, huh, that's the guy that replaced me? As he leads the Xfinity Series machines down off turn 4. Now, this is seriously going to separate these guys. I don't think it's going to really change the speed up. Davis Lewis is now technically towards the tail end. I think he also has gotten just taken up by the Xfinity Series class. He did. Davis Lewis very much on pit road. Here's Frank DeAngelis taking 2 next gens down. Now 16, maybe 15. Just hold on up front. Here's Carlos Struther. Here's Jonathan Rains. They're on the bottom end. They may have to be forcing themselves to work together or just line up with that next field. But up front, it is the run up front for the lead. Burns to the outside in the Toyota. He leads that one with 93 laps to go. Maybe another incident. We haven't been really keeping up with the Truck Series class as much as we should. Here's David Johnson, who has come in for an unscheduled stop. He's back in that 57th position. Bryce Thomas, well, he's last in the Xfinity Series class, but all the way back in the 56th position. Lined up with Zachary Trull. The trucks, for the most part, have been able to swallow them up and waste no time. So already a couple incidents on track, but due to the sheer amount of cars, we say keep it green with 92 laps to go. Jaden Reyna. Actually driving that number 27 machine is supposed to be Josh Kenyon. Has worked his way to the bottom. I believe he may be in the same scheme as Kenyon. Just one with the next gen and one with the Cup Series. Nope, Kenyon is in that 27 machine now on screen, but it is going to be Jaden Reyna working his way forward. How about this? Alexander Balderas on the outside of lane 2. Takes the lead for Ford and lines them back to turn 1. And Lane Sanders is still leading that truck class, but man, he's right in the thick of this thing. I would like to be in the next-gen class right now thinking, oh, we got 16 guys up here. Okay, let's give and take. Yeah, we just had an incident. Less drivers to worry about. But you may also be thinking, hey, man, this has got to be fun right here. You got the trucks and the Xfinity Series mixed together in one pack. Here comes Carlos Struther on the outside, and he's going to be swallowed up by these machines in a heartbeat. And one of the next gens to go down once again. But with 90 laps to go, there is no guarantee at a caution. Why? No stage breaks in NR Night in America. Balderas putting on a clinic. Leads that one with 90 to go. Lined up, Jacob Wilkerson. We like to call the next gens the all-star class. These are the best super speedway races for the most part that we can master and put together. Here's William Schmidt. Now here's Aiden Walker off the pace as well. And this next-gen class may be taken up quickly by Xfinity and the Truck Series due to the lack of cars up front. And the sheer amount of just blocking they're doing. Well, Frank Corley leads, no doubt about that. Here's Aiden Walker. Here's Alexander Balderas. Balderas lined in. Vietvu on the outside lane. Landon Gentry has now made it 3 wide. This super pack of machines, well, they're working together nicely. The only problem is Reigns is blinking and stuck nearly 4 wide in that 3rd lane. Another thing is you can see a lot more blinking. You know why? A lot of drivers are struggling with packet loss. We look towards the back end. Yaroslav Donskoy still on pit road. Davis Lewis still on pit road. Here's David Johnson going another lap down. Bryce Thomas just wants to be relevant in this pack. But the next gen, so they're whining and dining themselves up front. Bullet train formation back to 1 and 2. So, okay. 12 laps into this race. We got to ask you, the viewers down below, what class are you the most interested in right now? Xfinity and Truck lined in together, that's a treat to watch. But the next gen classes once again already had an incident, but they're still racing hard. They'll go in that single file move, then 2x2, then 3x3. We've seen multiple lead changes up front, but there's maybe I want to say class style of racing or class pack, should we say. Only about 20 drivers took the green flag. But man, the passing does not seem to stop. Balderas, he's got a lot of machines to keep an eye out for. Oh, trouble. Riker Byram involved in an incident that will bring the caution out for the first time. Max Steinmeier, a lot of damage on the bottom. And once again, Jumpman can't find a way around these cars without a problem. Landon Gentry might have been tagged. I want to say the Xfinity Series class definitely had the brunt end of everything that went down. Matt Deason, I don't see any damage on that 89 truck. Here's Miles, maybe a little bit of damage. How about a lot of damage on the nose and the rear? Christian Delgado has gone jumped up from that rear to the nose. And it might have been just a big stack up with about 40 machines stuck in the thick of it through 3 and 4. So the caution waves once again for the first time. Let's go take a look and see how it all went down. It's the super packs that you have to really worry about. And for some, they may be thinking, oh, this is the first caution, and we expect a little bit earlier. You see that big stack up in the middle. Stack up through the truck class, 2, 3, maybe 4 machines gathered in it. David Joyner. He's going to have a massive hit to the inside wall. Landon Gentry involved. Mitchell Armstrong sneaks through really unscathed. But the caution, nonetheless, will wave. About 3 wide right here, and this is one of the big fears when you start mixing classes like this. The trucks can't get up to speed as quickly as Xfinity, including when they check up. So let's look at it again. Look at this middle lane. You got Lane Sanders in the 7. You got Riley Marabello in that 92. Keep an eye on it. Lane checks up for the machine in front. So does Gio Turpin in the 1 truck. And I think when the 57 just got there, he just really had a late braking move. That's Jeff Perchatsky. And the 2, I believe that may have been Miranda Rose. Yes, it is. Miranda Rose gets right in the back end of Delgado, and there's nowhere to run. Miranda Rose will be given an L4 penalty for not staying alert. Oh, pit road, it is one hectic place right now. Brewer Page gets through without a problem. And Rose will be given an L4 penalty, has to hold it for a full lap. So the caution will wave for the first time here at Talladega for the multi-class NASCAR race. What a heck of a crowd we have here tonight. Well, we had a great Vegas race for the NASCAR Cup Series. But we always said, if we're going to do multi-class race, we got to go big or go home. And right now we said, hey, after the 2.4 was an absolute beauty to watch, we got to go to Talladega. And you know what? It's a lot of fun. But a lot on Twitter were saying, are you going to do this on intermediate? Are you going to do this on maybe a 2-mile oval? And we said, the reason why we're doing this is because we're worried about packet loss. You know, we want to keep it pack racing, but at the same time, we also know super speedway racing is the most entertaining and well-loved form of racing in the NR Night in America community. But we are planning on doing this at a track like Michigan, maybe a road course like Watkins Glen, maybe a track also like Auto Club, a big 2-mile oval where they can spread out and multi-groove racing gets to go ahead and unleash from ripping top and running the bottom. So we are looking to continue this form of racing. The real question will be how it will be done. Well, we believe this will be the last super speedway version for a while, just to keep it pure and unique. We're looking at also doing it through the eras, maybe 5 series at once, where we go from the 87s to the Gen 4 to the car tomorrow. Put the Gen 6 and the next gen in there and just call it the Eras Tour. Nah, I'm just kidding. Oh, maybe we go, I don't know, the eras or through the eras of NASCAR. We want to consider that definitely in the near future. Well, we're going to get the lights off this time by, and as you guys know, you cannot get your lap back with 1 lap to go. So it'll be Jacob Wilkerson lined up and loaded. He's ready to go green. He's down the inside with Frank Corley on that outside lane. Cootie and company lined on in. Ladies and gentlemen, time to rock and roll again from Dega. Want to say thank you to everyone again that has joined us and been a member of this YouTube channel. Thank you to everyone that super chatted. Helps us put on these great community events. More on the way in the future. Now, if you're wondering, why are the next gens passing all those Xfinity Series machines? Simple. The next gens do restart together. Xfinity and truck in that same boat. You have the opportunity to do so. You see Davis Lewis going around. He's going to join the next gen class. Ortiz and company, they'll restart where they are. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to do it once again from Talladega, Alabama. Andrew Cootie, an e-ticket champion. He's never won at a community event. And most of the wins have come from a super speedway in NR Night in America, but he does have a 1 win at a dirt track. Can Cootie go bib to bib and get it done in Talladega? Wilkerson company in tow. Back underway from Sweet Home, Alabama, as we're green once more in the multi-class race at Talladega. Oh, Davis Lewis struggling to get through the gears. He's already off the pace. I believe the Xfinity Series class will catch him in a heartbeat. Now they'll be dropping back pretty quickly. You can see Jonathan Rains already in that same boat as well. Chad Hornish and company have lined up and are rolling. Lane Sanders inside line with the trucks. Riley Marabello in tow, nose to tail. Ford leading the way up front. The next gens are just so much quicker. And then you start to ask, wait, hold on. If you look at qualifying times at Daytona with the next gen, the Xfinity Series, and the Cup Series, they're so tight. So why did the next gens pull away so much? Well, it's pretty simple. The next gens have more drag and a single car run than the Xfinity Series and the Truck Series. You can just look at how the shape is. A lot more drag on the nose, a lot more drag on the roof, and the big thing, a lot more drag with that spoiler on the back end of these cars. You go ahead and look at the Xfinity Series machines, you realize, okay, smaller spoiler, swept, almost like a horizon in the back. The way it's shaped, not as much drag on the nose in the next gen. And the trucks, they're really in that same area. So in a single car run, they will be close in times. But when they get together and drafting comes into play, these next gens are bullet fast. You can't stop them. We have been able to clock them over 204 in the draft when they're about 3 or 4 rows back. William Schmidt will take it to the start-finish line as the Xfinity Series will just enter the tri-oval. So that's a big thing to look at in the draft. You ever wonder why the Xfinity Series machines can't move around as much, including on iRacing? They have more of a bubble, and they don't have as much drag to produce that big slingshot maneuvers like you see in the next gens, where drafting is everything. Makes the racing style a little bit different. And really the same way with the trucks. The only difference is they still have those bunnier spoilers that are on their machines. They have drag on the nose, but a lesser horsepower machine has them packed together. They usually race in packs where you get blocked in the middle. You'd hate to go 3 wide in the truck series, because if you're stuck in the middle, you can't go anywhere. So see it as this. The trucks, blocked in. Not a lot of places to run. The Xfinity Series, a little more of a bubble. Harder to generate runs. You might want to be leading on the last lap if you have the opportunity. The next gens, it's everything. It's got everything you're going to want. And that's why we continue to bring the next gens to the e-ticket events. Frank Worley leads, heading to turn 3. Jackson Carr, one of the best qualifiers in NR Night in America, taking the top spot for the first time here tonight, but there's something about Carr that's always been interesting. He will start up front. He's not known for finishing up front. Well, right now he is in that group, and he's holding strong. Will he be able to get his first community event win? Well, only time will tell. Just 79 laps to go in this race, but Ethan Vietu, well, he's surprising everyone. He nearly won the Watkins Glen Formula race that we had, the Super Formula race at Watkins Glen. Was involved in an incident. Really turned some heads. A lot were excited to see what he was able to do. Speaking of excitement, how can we forget Josh Lilly, the driver of the 97 on that outside lane? Josh went to victory lane in the Daytona 2.4 with the multi-class racing of the NASCAR machines you see on track now. He got it done in the truck class. We said, Josh, a lot of viewers started loving you. Let's put you in Xfinity. Josh wins this one. You can expect him in the next-gen class very quickly. So far running strong. Hasn't really left this area so far in this race. He's lined up with Randolph. Randolph making his first community event start. Right now for most of these guys, it's all about one thing. Sticking together and not getting out of harm's way. This time the trucks have separated from the Xfinity Series class. They weren't able to catch as quickly as they wanted to. Marcus Vanderlei on the outside lane. One win in NR Night in America. How did it come? Talladega. About 3 o'clock in the morning, that's when NR Night used to go to about 3 or 4 a.m. on the East Coast. Well, it was simple. He was running third. Davin Cornelius, Travis Brown. They lined up 1-2. They wrecked coming off turn 4, and Marcus Vanderlei just rolled his way into victory lane. And on the bottom side, Lane Sanders. Technically 2 wins in NR Night. One came from Daytona. That was in a tournament. The other an LCQ at the Battle of the Beach. Technically one feature event win, looking for his second. He stayed up front a lot. Now, if you watched a lot in 2022, you know who Matt Neeson is. He works at the NASCAR Hall of Fame. All of his friends and colleagues love watching NR Night in America when Matt is racing. He almost won at Michigan most recently in the card tomorrow. Well, here he is running up inside that top 5, top 10. Can Matt Neeson score his first win in NR Night in America and have it be in a multi-class race? Only time will tell. He sits 4th. Jaden Reyna. We always love talking about Jaden Reyna. He's one of the more unique drivers in our night in America. Raced in the late models, I believe in the late model stock at Hickory Motor Speedway. Well, there's actually a moment that really turned some heads. He got in a wreck with Landon Huffman back a couple of years ago. Well, he's still a short track ringer there out of the Carolinas, but he was a strong driver early in NR Knight's inception, should we say. He would win all the time. It's either him, TCB, or maybe Mosteller will win here or there. Well, we haven't seen Jaden Reyna win in a while. Last time, I believe, was with the Nationwide Series at Daytona. Well, today he runs 3 wide on that outside lane. No, should we say 3 wide in the middle. Lined up and loaded. 75 laps to go. His big worry is going to be those green flag stops. 1 caution so far. A lot of racing left to go. But what is up with the next gens? Mosteller has pulled away now from the Spencer Burns machine. No, he's lined in with Burns. Look at Horley run to the outside with Page. Frank the Tank, top of the board from Vega. And man, he was like a bat out of hell off that outside. Had River Page in tow. And Frank Horley looking to get it done. Now, he's never won on anything but a super speedway in NR Night. He is one of the best super speedway drivers we have, hands down, including when he comes and ready to go race. But right now, here he is thinking, once again, let's just get to the end. We're going to go lead some laps. We're going to worry about and look at how this draft works. Frank Horley stuck 3 wide in the middle. Alexander Balderas right now turning some heads. He's up there in 3rd. Frank D'Angelo's back to 5th. This is in the Xfinity Series class. Who are they catching soon? Well, a truck on the bottom. That will be the 2 of Miranda Rose. Should we say Kenneth Rose? That's the 2 of Kenneth Rose. On iRacing, his name is Miranda. Real life, his name is Kenneth. Kenneth Rose on the bottom. He had an L4 penalty due to that incident. He has now gone 1 lap down, working his way to turn 3. Marcus Vanderlee in the trucks. All contested with another machine on that outside lane. That'll be Gio Turpin. Clamper, Matheson lined up 2 by 2. That's in that 2nd row. Cooper Glick has led a nice couple of laps here tonight. Lined up 2 by 2, sitting in that 3rd row. How about other drivers we haven't talked about? How about Pravi Richard, the driver out of Canada? Now, we do have a great amount of Canadian viewers watching NR Night consistently. Watching, waiting for something to go down. Just getting an update here. Matt Neeson coming to pit road. Did he blow an engine, man? He is slow down on that inside lane. Here's Lane Sanders. On the bottom, Matt Neeson in trouble. Let's go see what happened. Oh, he may have blown an engine. Watch again. This is a replay. Matt Neeson. Yes, he did. Not enough air on that Toyota, and Neeson will be out of the multi-class NASCAR race at Talladega. And that's going to be a common sight. We talked about it. I know the Xfinity Series class was more alert on it, saying, hey, blowing engines, that's going to be a common sight. If we don't get clean air on that grill, Neeson just kept it in line and didn't keep up with those gauges. And just like that, Neeson will be packing the bags early on this Sunday edition of NR Night in America. Adam Garza, 3 wide on the outside. He's going to have help from Vietlu, but it's all Alexander Balderas, your race leader. Riding on, Ada Walker. Lined up, top end. Now, what's the difference on speed right now from the next gens all the way out to the Xfinity Series? So we look back at Chad Thornquist here. He's just about 7 seconds ahead of Eladon Contreras. But if you go all the way up to William Schmidt, 20 seconds. That's the difference. And Schmidt has actually lost the draft with Josh Kenyon. Go even forward, or even more forward, 25 seconds. The difference from Contreras to Drew Jua. They have seriously lost time, which means one thing. They're catching the trucks, and in a hurry. Here's Mosteller, that's in 16th. He's struggling with a blinking issue. So is Gio Turpin on the bottom. Mosteller has not just lost the draft, he has seriously lost the draft. He is way, way back. Now in that 16th position for the Cup class and lined in with the trucks. There's one thing you got to worry about if you're in the truck class. The Cup Series is on its way. They're just now coming off turn 4. You can now see them into view. The only thing is the Cup class has been scattered, spread out so easily that when they catch them, they may not even put a dent into the Truck Series field. Josh Lilly, new race leader, help from Davis Lewis. And even with the next gen in front of these Xfinity Series machines, it may speed up the process. Look at Josh ripping his way on the bottom. He's doing a great job of it too, just holding on, staying together. Josh Lilly will lead that lap. Jaden Rayner and company lined in. I want to say the Xfinity Series class right now is the one that's really put together well. Jonathan Rains outside wall. Another hit. Can't seem to be getting it in the right direction. Sean Rowe. Battle with Burns. Burns to lane 2. Line in with Jua. Toyota versus Ford. That's nose to tail. Spencer Burns leads that one. And is right now on the stepping stone of the truck class. Here's the scattered machines on the bottom. And they're looking to get places and quickly. Probably Richard currently leading with Mosteller and Tone. Right now we're looking at the intervals. The trucks and the Xfinity Series have gotten quicker through this portion of this race. Caution. Might be with the Xfinity Series machines. It's not, it may be with Cup. A lot of damage on Jacob Wilkerson. And same with Andrew Cootie. As the caution flag will fly for the second time tonight. First time for the next-gen class. The first one came with the mix of the trucks in the Xfinity Series. Jacob Wilkerson looks like he has been through battle. So a quick incident up front will slow this field down. Wow. Well, an opportunity for a restart nonetheless. An opportunity to come down to pit road and make great work. Let's go see what happened. You saw it there. It's heading into turn 3. Truther on the bottom with Horley. Now Frank was trying to get in line and just took Carlos Truther out. Frank Horley. It looks like he's getting penalized. These are 2 teammates on the bottom. This is Team T right here. Both looking to get their first multi-class win and a first community event win in NR Night in America. And you see right here, that was the first swipe. So Truth and Horley were uncoordinated. Now, Frank Horley is known for getting in arguments with about everyone. I would not be surprised if Truther was not happy with that situation. Horley was creeping up. Truther goes to his outside. Now, that's a tight line. They're trying to get in front of Jacob Wilkerson. Horley coming up, Truther coming up, racing incident. That's just 2 teammates that are not listening to each other at all. There's no way that they're listening to each other. They've been known for thinking that they're right, including Frank Horley saying, no, I'm coming up. I guarantee you, Horley's saying that's on Truther, and Truther saying that's on Horley. But nonetheless, it did take machines out in the process. And it took an Xfinity Series machine out as well. This will be Jason Tamer, who was involved in the first caution that has to now come back down pit road and make quick service on his car. So Sean Rowe, Drew Jua, River Page, Josh Kenyon. That's your fast 4. Now get ready for the restart. Adam Garza put on a clinic, my man. That 8 machine has been quick. And I don't see it slowing down whatsoever. He still has Jaden Randolph, Balderas, and McConaughey lined up nose to tail and getting ready for some great wheel-to-wheel action. But these two cautions really just separate how this race has been with 66 laps to go. Let's go through it. Early on, you saw the trucks in the Xfinity Series. They mixed together. Then, all of a sudden, the next restart, trucks nowhere near the Xfinity Series class and almost got swallowed up by the Next-Gens. The Next-Gens also showed to have the class with more scattered machines around the track. At one point, they were 18, 20 strong. Then all of a sudden, they went down to 16 and 14. So it's going to be interesting to see how things roll when we get ready for a restart. So Frank Corley will be given an L2 penalty on the restart. And he'll have an opportunity to do it all again. And our night in America, fueling victories all year long. Rowe, Jua, Page, Kenyon, Reigns. Line up and get ready to try it again. Lights are off, so no one can get their laps back as of this moment. But Davis Lewis will restart in his class, lined up in the next-gen field. Let's get ready to try it all again. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the one to go from Talladega. Who do you have winning, ladies and gentlemen? From the truck class, the Cup class, and the Xfinity Series class. We've had a great crowd here tonight. So grateful for everyone that has tuned in and made it our night in America their home for entertainment tonight. And we're so thankful for everyone that's dropped a like on tonight's stream. If you want to see more multi-class races in the near future, feel free to subscribe and notifications on in our night in America. Trying to work their way to 40,000 subscribers on the IDK Player YouTube channel. And trying to get it done here tonight with another great show. Ladies and gentlemen, 65 laps to go. And once again, we're so grateful for the brand new subscribers. We're thankful for the long-term viewers of this channel. Everyone that's become a member, super chatted, helps keeping those wheels turning and moving in the right direction. Let's get ready to go green. So Toyota lined up on the bottom, Drew Jua on the outside lane, pace car, make that hard left back on pit road, and we'll get ready to rack them, stack them, and go back green. Sean Rowe and PBR lined up on the bottom, two Fords and a Chevrolet up inside the Fast Four. Back underway from Talladega. Garza, Reyna lined into the restart zone. The truck's getting it on down off turn 4. And they're really quick to the jump. We want to watch what the truck series is able to do. Look how much separation they get to the start-finish line compared to all the other series. Patrick Connell, top of the board, downstairs. Adam Garza leading on the inside lane. He'll be full saw in turn 3. Two cautions, two full course cautions, so we say. Jua to the outside, trying to keep him at bay, but nothing is stopping William Schmidt. A hard drive off the outside lane puts TRD back top of the board. Garza, company, Jaden Reyna. And Frank Corley is now making his pit stop. He's doing a drive-through penalty for that incident. Connell, Sanders, wheel to wheel. Clamper stuck nose to tail. She'll have a run to the outside. She can line up here with Glick. Lampert does not stay. Oh, yes, she does. She stays in line, but doesn't go high with Glick. Hard-fought racing through all three classes. It's William Schmidt, your race leader, back to the line with 62 laps to go. And somehow, Carlos Truther got that machine repaired. That next gen is so sturdy on the rear end, they just had to pull the fender out, and they were good to go. Built like a tank, but not like any tank. A tank that can go well over 204 miles per hour. Spencer Burns, outside lane, he led the most laps of the Darrington Woodworking 4 to 500. Now that was in a Ford. Today he drives the Toyota Camry. Wheel to wheel with William Schmidt. Truther, top side. I thought about making a run, but Andrew Cootie will line up with the Toyota. Dominic Barbagallo. One win in at our night in America. That came from Daytona. He's topside now with Alexander Valderas. Throttle is quick. Right to the back end there, Barbagallo. Does he lead this lap? He doesn't. It was all Adam Garza. Connell and company. And these trucks have scattered big time. There may have been an incident. There was. Marabello, Clampert. Isolated incidents or a big incident that quickly spread this herd on out. We're going to look back to see exactly what happened, but the caution did not wave for it. Oh, that most definitely should have been a yellow. Let's watch again. Oh, they're stuck 4 wide at one point. Lane Sanders came up with Glick. 1 slide, 2 slide. And most definitely should have been a caution, but they're not going to throw it. This is going to separate the truck class big time. They're down to maybe just a scattered amount of machines. Now the good news is there's 3 classes, which means the opportunity for a caution will come at some point. Barb to the outside of Adam Garza. Pulls it wheel to wheel. Rain on the bottom. Lines in with Lilly. 4 wide, the battle for second. Now we do have admins around this track. They did say the truck class are going to be a little bit more relaxed on it to get the racing in. And most definitely that probably should. Oh, trouble! Hit to the outside wall. That's Randolph. What a smack to that Ford. That's big time damage. Look at that right front. It's not even moving. And that may be a race ender easily. Let's watch the replay. Adam Garza pulls right into him. And there was just nowhere to go after that. He was the passenger. He's going to pull all the way down this inside. I think he's done. Dalton Randolph, his first start in a community event, will not result in a win. Sean Rowe up front of the next gens. It's business as usual. Carr to the bottom. Cootie on the outside. That's with also Mosteller. Now that one definitely was not going to be a yellow in any day in NR Night in America. But definitely that truck wreck, that definitely should have been a caution, but a so delayed that they did not throw the yellow. Frank Horley has made up time. He's up to 16th in his class, but 42nd overall. He's right now just riding around trying to get something to work in his favor. Cootie, Mosteller, Burns, Thurston. Fast forward. Thurston, the swipe to the outside. Big time move has Lewis in tow. 57 to go. Garza just got right into him. A lot of talk in the chat about all the scattered incidents we've had thus far. Jaden Reyna stuck, swaying with the move. 2 trucks on the bottom. That's David Johnson and David Joyner. They sweep through without any incidents or any issues. Here's Ben Leffert with Xander McKinney and Miranda Rose. They're blinking big time. Struggling to make something work. Spencer Burns lined up, trying to get things pointed back in the right direction. So sorry about that. The overlays just crashed for the ladies and gentlemen watching back at home. We're going to get that fix here in just a matter of moments. And our night in America, fueling victories all year long. You're watching right now the next-gen class that's working its way around these trucks. Worley on the bottom, now going one lap down. That's the thing you got to focus on. Three classes, a lot of changing going on. Aiden Walker, Wilkerson, Page on the apron. Tight-knit move, trying to find his way through. It's tough, it's dicey out there. And some are just trying to hold on as much as they can. Still green from Talladega. Checking in on the Xfinity Series, cars on the outside. DeAngelis lined up with them. They're working toe-to-toe. Contreras lined in, a blink out of him. That is off his internet. More machines rolling around. Sean Pena lined up. Aiden McConaughey lined up. Landon Gentry mostly off the pace. They're trying everything that they can to stick with what's going on. Josh Kenyon, new leader there in the next-gen class. Thomas, Vietu, Balderas, and Parker. I want to give a quick shout out to the viewers watching back at home, but not just the viewers. I want to give a quick shout out to Andrew Schulte. He's the reason why we have these great overlays that are currently on your screen. He absolutely did an amazing job on the USA 500 overlays. He did an amazing job on the Darrington Woodworking for the 500 overlays, but you will see blinking throughout this race just from time to time because, well, we're pulling a lot of G's on this system just to make sure we have the great race in action you see. Reyna, DeAngelis lined up 2x2. And sometimes we do have to reset those overlays just to make sure we keep the performance at the max. DeAngelis top, Reyna on the bottom. Reyna will lead this lap. And I'm telling you, man, the Xfinity Series has been so much fun to watch. But we've already had a good amount of exits out of this race. Randolph, Mateo Ortiz, Marabella Steinmeier, Yaroslav Donskoy. Drivers that either blew an engine or just could not get it done. But even though the Xfinity Series class is very much scattered about, they have put on one heck of a show. Look at this, 3 wide, Garza up into the outside wall. Wilkerson leads, Reyna down on the inside, lined in with Bryce Thomas, who at one point was behind every Truck Series driver. Trucks, speaking of, filling in with the next gens. Tobias Matheson leading this field on the bottom in their class. And a great job out of those drivers. They saw the next gens were coming. They knew the speed difference was going to be out of this world. And they said, let them by. Just let them come on by and we're going to continue to race. So the next gens will lap the Truck Series machines. But nonetheless, 3 races at once. You just have to worry about your class. 51 laps to go from Talladega. It's Jacob Wilkerson who leads with Jackson Carr in second. Ladies and gentlemen, this time by we'll say welcome to halfway. And we hope you've enjoyed the great race in action. We asked you all down below, what's the class that you're more interested in? 49% said Cup, 29% said Xfinity Series, and 22% said Truck. Right now, the big names in the Xfinity Series are DeAngelis, Balderas, and Josh Louie. Wilkerson, Walker, and Carr have got it really made up in the Cup Series class. But these trucks have definitely scattered throughout the time of this race. Here's Connor Zola sitting in third. He's lined up in that 42 truck on that outside, that CM Punk machine. But they have struggled keeping it pointed in the right direction. Sierra Clamper down on the flat. She's lined in now with David Joyner. Davis Lewis, he's just not had the speed he's wanted all race long. At one point, he looked to be the big contender, the big driver you were going to have to stick with if you were going to find victory lane. But after that incident early in this race, he has shown to really just be a big lifeline to drivers like Tobias Matheson. Matheson has ripped away from the rest of the herd for about 2 or 3 truck lengths. But at Talladega, that's pretty big. Well, Davis Lewis, I think, just blinked out completely, which means he may be out of this race. He's having big packet loss issues as well, and you will see that throughout the night. Some of the blinking, it may be on our system. Other blinking incidents may come from drivers because we're pulling G's on our CPUs that we have never seen before. But nonetheless, all in the name for creativity. Wilkerson, Chad Thornquist, how about him? Up to that second position. And Chad's always someone you want to watch out for. Nearly went winless in 2023, and it was the joke in the Discord how Chad Thornquist was not going to get a win. Well, he finally got a win in the last stream of 2023. He said, I'm back. He ran well in the Darrington Woodworking 4-500, got bumped out of that late after a big wreck, but nonetheless is showing his strength in that TRD, running topside. Carlos Truther, Jacob Wilkerson, now Wilkerson downstairs with the Josh Kenyon machine. Sean Rowe on the outside lane, he's got no help. He's gonna line up back nose to tail as the wheel continues on. James Thurston, he's never won a community event. He's never won an e-ticket. What is it gonna take for Thurston to find victory lane? Something other than an NR Night in America. Well, he almost won one thing we like to call a monthly championship. He almost got it done. Very, very close to getting it done, but was bumped in 3 and 4 by Joseph Armstrong. Joe said, boot, scoot, and good night. Thurston, well, he repaid the favor at South Boston. If you follow me on Twitter, you will go ahead and see that view from the grandstands. Wilkerson topside there on Kenyon. Lines up with Eladam Contreras and sneaks back through the middle. It's Jacob Wilkerson back leading in the next-gen class. Frank DeAngelis. How about this guy? Up front, leading once again, but just 47 laps to go. Well, we got our long green flag run, which means one thing, money stop time, it's on its way. And what will it spell for all the drivers looking to find victory lane? Well, it could be something big, it could be something small, it could be something interesting as this race goes on. With 46 laps to go, the pit road's gonna be tight. It's going to be a wild one indeed because you're still looking at about 50 drivers looking to get on a pit road without any problems. Mitchell Armstrong leads in the trucks on the bottom. He's got it all lined in. And that is with the Marcus Vanderlee machine. That's a Toyota lined in nose to tail. Marcus can't see much over that spoiler, but if he's smart right now, he knows Matt Neeson just blew an engine about 40 laps to go. Getting cleaner on that grill, it's going to be the way to victory lane for this class. Keep it in mind, Elijah Parker. Lined up, Ethan Vietbu. Vietbu fifth in his class. Balderas to the outside with that 4 machine. Oh, big swipe to the outside. The 99. I got to give Bryce Thomas some credit here, man. He has been absolutely on it tonight. He's the name we may see for a long time in NR Night in America. If you keep that car pointed in the right direction, he may find victory lane. I continue to talk about victory lane because you just never know what you're going to get in these races. Some Xfinity Series machines going down by the next gens. River Page, new race leader, lock him in on the inside. Now lined up with Drew Jua. Jua won the hearts of so many drivers and so many viewers. Runner up. Oh, trouble, Andrew Cootie. Around, and they scatter like crazy. The caution will wave. McConaughey, Schmidt may have been involved. The third caution of the night. It's the second time for the next gens. Wow. And it may take some time to get this field back together because of how spread out it got. Frank Horley's doing jumping jacks right now. He's thinking, heck yeah, that's the caution we needed. But how did it happen? Just talking about how Jua came runner up by 3/1000ths of a second. Watch right here. Truther outside lane. Catches Andrew Cootie and they go for a ride. And Drew Jua really just nowhere to go as well. Unreal. A lot of damage to the Drew Jua machine. Won't be race ending, race impacting for sure. And this will bring the Truck Series class back together. After a caution that should have happened. Carlos Truther will be given an L2 penalty. To make things interesting. Now the Truck Series all went one lap down. So that means they all have to go around and get their lap back. So we're going to give them some time to shape things out before we get back going. But nonetheless, pit road's wide open. Truther is in. Lined up. But man, what a sight to hold after what just happened. Jackson Carr is in. Jacob Wilkerson is in. Drew Jua is in. Andrew Cootie. The trucks are pitting as well. Some of them are. Josh Kenyon. You'll see the Xfinity Series machines in shortly if they're not already in. They are. Frank DeAngelis. Left side's up. This is going to be 4 tires and away they go. 42 laps to go. You're in the ballpark of okay. So we're used to for an NR Night in America Talladega race if it's round 2 or 3. DeAngelis will not win the race off pit road. That will go to Valdes. But we are ready for a restart. Frank Horley will have to go the tail of the longest line. Once again, he went a lap down after him causing a caution. He was given a penalty. Aiden Walker, Spencer Burns. Burns in the 06 car. Josh Kenyon, Jackson Carr. Lined up as we get ready to go back green. I'm excited to see what Jacob Wilkerson's got. And they really repaired that machine after the first incident that unfolded with the next gens. Alexander Valdes, there he is in the Xfinity Series class. Lined up with DeAngelis. Oh, hold on. They may be in fuel save mode here. Because if this race goes to the end, we'll be under a fuel lottery, ladies and gentlemen. So we'll not get the green flag this time by. We want to make sure we got the truck class lined in. Every class means something. Sanders, Vanderlee, Mitchell Armstrong, including for the drivers that were involved in the incident. Sierra Clampert still 1 down. Gio Turpin 1 down as well. So we'll go 1 to go next time by, which means Josh Kenyon will be your race leader. It's going to be tough here on fuel. They will be in a fuel lottery, no doubt about it. And they're coming back in. They're all coming back in because they know a fuel lottery is in hand right now. Yeah, we're just checking in right now, making sure that there may be a fuel lottery in play, and they're saying yes. If this race goes green, the rest of the way, it will be a fuel-safe race, which means everyone is thinking about one thing, making it to the end. They're checking, they're waiting, they're seeing. Checking to make sure everything's good. And they're making sure the Truck Series class gets organized. All this is right now is about getting organized and getting back raced. This is so much fun to watch. Look at all these machines. 62 drivers came out here on a Sunday night, and they're ready to go ahead and rock and roll. Time to lock in. Josh Kenyon, Chad Thornquist, Spencer Burns, Sean Rowe, James Thurston, Drew Jua, Jackson Carr, and Jacob Wilkerson. Vietvu and company line in as well. This could be the last restart of the race. And the reason why I'm saying that is because the last time we had a race at Talladega that came down to fuel saved, it went green all the way through. And they're going to come in again. They're going to come in again to top off. I cannot believe this. I think Josh Kenyon's coming in as well. Wow. It means that much for them to save. Will this get them to the end is the real question now. I don't think the trucks will be able to get to the end. I don't think the trucks at all. Balderas will stay out. He's in fuel save mode. We're going to have a multi-class NASCAR race that comes down to a fuel lottery. This time, Josh Kenyon will win the race off pit road. The one to go has been displayed. And we will be ready to go green flag racing. And they got to separate 3 seconds in between each other. Chad Thornquist. Let's go green. And Balderas has to get back and quickly. Rowe, Burns, Thurston lined in. They're going to line these drivers up and get ready for one more opportunity at a restart. We'll have 39 laps to go in this race. Let's get ready to go green. Fuel lottery from Talladega. Kenyon, Thornquist, Burns, and Rowe. And Toyota's come to play. They got 3 in the Fast 4 of the Cup Series class. Chevrolet's got 2 in the 4 of the trucks, 2 in the 4 of the Xfinity Series, and the Blue Ovals. Right now, they got something to show off that is in the Xfinity Series class. Time to go back green. Kenyon on the bottom. Thornquist on the outside. 39 laps to go in the multi-class NASCAR race at Talladega. Next-Gen's away through no problem. Balderas and company slow to the gas. They're in the Xfinity Series machines. They're already thinking saving. I don't think they're going to be full throttle. But that's going to be big if some drivers want to go and overtake. They should be able to easily do it. Marcus Vanderlee lined up inside. There with Lane Sanders. Oh, Carlos Schuther did not get back in time. He's going to be stuck in this field. Remember, he still has to serve an L2 penalty. He's got to get to the bottom. And he will not be able to get it this time by. He's got to get it next time by or will not be confirmed. Mosteller on the outside lane with Lewis. Walker lined in as well. Wilkerson top side, guns it for the lead. Moses in tow, trying everything he can. DeAngelis, Riker Byram. They pull alongside wheel-to-wheel Chad Thornquist. Back on the racing surface. And Truther still has to come to pit road. He is still yet to do it. Never mind, he did. They are showing Carlos Truther one lap down. Apologies for that. We are good. Now we're about to say, why was he back there to begin with then? And we just saw he is one lap down as he did serve that penalty. Sean Rowe, Aiden Walker, Kenyon, and Wilkerson lined up nose to tail. And the admins are really strict here tonight. We're loving the fact that we're able to have a nice, clean race for the most part out of all three divisions. With 37 laps to go, fuel is in question, including for an overtime finish. DeAngelis on the bottom, lined in with Balderas, 3 wide, Chad Thornquist. Stuck on that outside lane. Sean Rowe leads on the outside, swipes in front of Walker. Kenyon lined in still with Jacob Wilkerson. Thomas, Lilly, Balderas and company. There's still a lot of jostling, still a lot of changing for position. Spencer Burns riding on with him, he sits 7th. And they want to be calm, and that's okay. When you watch a race like this, you start saying, if they're not calm at all, we will have no cars coming back to the checkered flag. The calm before the storm. You ever been in a hurricane before? I've been in plenty when I used to live down in South Florida. It was eerie. It was interesting. It was quiet. And you see that right now, knowing that they're thinking about fuel save mode. Once you get the 5 to go, there's no more fuel save mode. It's all about one thing, getting to the checkered flag. Shuffling, swing, Frank DeAngelis involved with Adam Garza. Caution will wave again. One on its lid. Riker Byram. Involved in the incident. And the fuel save mode is going to be out of the question. Look at the damage on Adam Garza. And that will tighten this field back together once again. Now working the 4th caution of this race. Garza. Oh, he's been through a blender. Look at that left rear. All bent out of shape. Let's go watch the replay. Riker Byram up and into the air. Outside, watch Josh Lee may be the root cause of it. No, Walker just got into DeAngelis, and Riker Byram just went belly up after huge contact with the outside wall. That is a huge hit, and Byram luckily slid down the banking. He got out of the harm's way of the other machines coming on through. Aiden Walker will be given an L4 penalty for his big mistake. Let's watch again. And this time, let's ride on board with Riker Byram. the outside, you're holding strong, you think you got what it takes, and then all of a sudden, no. The gyro cam, you can just hear it just scraping the ground. Huge hit there for those machines. Caution is out. This might be able to get them to the end, but we may still be under fuel save mode for the truck series. We'll keep that in mind. 33 to go. No, that was not Aiden Walker. Sorry about that. Walker is in the next gen. So who is the driver in the Xfinity Series that caused that incident? And we're going to wait for an update on that. Some of these guys are running the same paint schemes. It may have been Alexander Balderas. This is obviously when it happened. Yes. It was Balderas. Sorry, both are driving green cars. We're used to seeing them both drive green cars. The multi-class racing had to take it a little bit differently than a regular NR Night in America. Hayden Walker's okay. He's racing up front. Alexander Balderas, L4 penalty for causing that wreck. 33 laps to go from Talladega. As Balderas once again causes another incident in NR Night. Originally was not scheduled to race this, and then last second got put on in. I tell you, Frank DeAngelis has got to be kicking himself because he knows that will most likely end his chances of winning this race. Well, we'll restart with 31 laps to go in just a moment. But guess what? We'll see the one to go this time by. Ladies and gentlemen, the final leg of this NASCAR Multi-Class Race at Talladega. Let's go green. And a nice happy birthday to Tyler Tinsley, who's hanging out with us in the chat. Well, going all the way through, that will now not be happening. Sputter Mount, gifting 1 membership. Thank you so much for that. Walker Wilkerson. Jua Burns. As we get ready to line in and go back at it. Xfinity Series, Truck Series, Cup Series. Time to go green. Beautiful crowd we have back home. Thank you all for enjoying the night. Beautiful Sunday night racing. Day in the sim, night for where we are live. Could Jacob Wilkerson nab his first ever community event win? Can Aiden Walker steal it right from him? It's time to turn it up, as we'll have 31 laps to go of racing. Vietvu lined up, ready to go at it. Pace car, the hard left on a pit road. Chevy on Chevy, row 1. Toyota, Ford, row number 2. Ford on Toyota, row number 3. 31 laps to go from Talladega. Wilkerson on the outside, shoved there by Jua. Gets the drive off corner exit. James Thurston looking for a way around. Nowhere to roll. Up front in the Xfinity Series class, Josh Louis on that outside lane, pushed by Jaden Reyna. Gentry, Vietvu, Bryce Thomas, Elijah Parker. Will Shack and company in that mix. In the trucks, it's all Xander McKinney leading in the Thor Sport machine downstairs. He's a driver out of Ohio. That's where Thor Sport is based. Patrick Connell in tow. Top side, David Johnson. Looking for a move to work out in his favor. Jacob Wilkerson goes right back to that outside. Sean Rose got a jump. Move, switches in front of car. Wilkerson on the bottom. Jua in tow, Sean Rowe. Top side with Jackson Carr. These boys are just giving it their all right now. They know this is what it's about. 29 laps to go from Talladega. Frank Orley is trying to make something work back on that inside lane, but he's back there in third. Page in fourth. Vietvu leads the Xfinity Series machines back to 1 and 2. Gentry on the outside. Josh Lilly on the bottom. Jaden Reyna lined in. He's also wheel to wheel. Bryce Thomas. Top side slams the back end. Trying to work his way forward, but David Johnson has got company on all ends. Premier becoming a Champions Club member. What's going on with Horley? He jumps to the lead in lane 2. Oh man, Aiden Walker. Up into the outside wall, still 3 wide. Cootie looking for a peek in the middle. We're coming to 27 laps to go. They have spent their Sunday night racing their heart out, but it's gonna come down to this. Walker on the outside, lined in with Burns. Kenyon in third, looking for that magical move. Still got Sean Rowe back to the inside. Mosteller thought about splitting it 3 wide, couldn't make it work. That's the lineup now with Drew Jua on that outside lane. Xfinity still stuck 3 wide, Landon Gentry on the outside. And Contreras is ready to open this baby wide. He's ready to go to victory lane. Tyler Tinsley becoming a Hot Pass member. Thank you so much for that one. David Johnson. Oh, he was leading, but has now Mitchell Armstrong on that outside lane. Lined in with Connell. These trucks have been scattering big time. A lot of damage. Cooper Glick just got into the outside wall. Bobby Richard may have been involved in it. David Joyner, he's 5 laps down. He's just trying to maintain pace. Caution is out. And it will slow this field down. Frank DeAngelis might be able to get back on the lead lap because of it. Zachary Truhl. And so many others. Another opportunity, and I believe it did come in the Truck Series class. Yes, it did. Oh, man, up and into the catch fence goes Alexander Balderas. That's where we saw the blinking. And what a lick to the 95. They caused that big wreck earlier in this race, or most recently in this race, should we say. Cooper Glick. Ensign on the bottom. And Throttle wouldn't be in that position if he did not cause the wreck that happened of the previous yellow. Let's watch Cooper Glick again. Oh, it's a stack up there with Kenneth Rose. Rose couldn't hold the line and just took machines with him. Is it done for Alexander Balderas? I'd say so, as the caution will wave once again at Talladega. Now you're down to 25 laps to go, and you start thinking to yourself, all right, another breather moment for us, but the anticipation and the anxiety will continue to build up all the way back to this checkered flag. So what do we have to do as a driver to get there without any problems? Rule number one, avoid the incidents. That was just in the truck class. There'll be more coming on the way. But man, oh man, you gotta be thinking to yourself, when will it end? Because when you're in the next gen class, you're coming with the white flag. The second the next gens take the white, this race is official. Next flag ends the race for every single series. If you're Lily or Reina, you know by the time you get to turn 3, maybe turn 4, that's it. Your race is on, right? You're good to go to the end. Cooper Glick is just involved in an incident. Matheson, Mitchell Armstrong, they got to be thinking the same thing. The second they get down off turn 2 or down the backstretch, race is official. With the next flag ending the race, you have to be in position right off the gun. You can't be thinking, hey, I get to the white, race is official. Let's do the next gens. Chevrolets have just littered the left side of your screen. It was a Toyota Ford-dominated day, but it has since gone bleak after incidents taking those manufacturers out. You can see a couple of them out on pit road. Balderas just wrecked in a Ford. Frank D'Angelo's just wrecked in a Toyota. Riker Byram, I believe he was running his Ford as well. Matt Deason still there in the Toyota. He's on pit road, but after an incident, a blow in the engine, he will not be able to restart. This is what it comes down to. We'll restart with 23 laps to go. But we're going to get 24 to go this time by. How about at it? How about the one to go from Talladega? Burns elect in the outside lane. Wilkerson elect in the bottom. Let's go green. And our night in America, feeling victories all year long. Tonight we feel 3 in just one race. Is it gonna be Frank Horley? Is it gonna be Jacob Wilkerson? Is it gonna be Spencer Burns? Who's gonna run the table? Jaden Arena's been up front of that Xfinity Series class all race long. Now has to deal with it again. .24 to go. And Wilkerson's gonna make it wide here for PBR. Walker, Horley, Lilly, Reyna, Thomas, Matheson, Lee, Johnson. If you've enjoyed the racing so far and you want to be a part of NR Night in America in the future, feel free to subscribe and notifications on. Next time we are live, it's Tuesday night because rain is in the forecast. And we're going racing in the rain for the first time ever on iRacing with this YouTube channel. Chevy on the bottom, Toyota on the outside. Ford, Chevrolet, row 2. 23 laps to go in the NASCAR Multi-Class Race at Talladega. Xfinity Series getting full saw. Lily on the bottom, lined in. These trucks might be able to catch the Xfinity Series class because of how good of a run they got headed to the line. And that happens, it's gonna get dicey quick. Lily knows he has to pull away. Spencer Burns, on the other hand, loving what he sees. Nothing but machines in his mirror and no one in front of him. Mosteller a peak to the bottom. Blink by Sean Rowe, and that's once again drivers struggling with their CPU to get to the end. It's gonna get harder when we get back to that start-finish line. .22 to go. Quick system error, still going green. And once again, the overlays have gone overboard, but we still plan on rolling straight. This is the Xfinity Series class. And it's an overload of the system, that's all it is. We just have to reset it. You get to continue to watch the great racing. Look at Rain on that outside lane getting a shove there by Shaq. Vietvu lined in. Trying desperately to make a move. I just don't think they're going to be able to get it on that end of the speedway. Back with the next gens. Burns, top side. He's got company in tow. That's exactly what he wants to see, nothing else. Rolling racing. Spencer Burns, Drew Chua, rolling around this track. Now we're just doing a quick system reset. We are still green flag racing with 21 laps to go. Carr, Wilkerson, Chua, Walker, and Burns. They've lined in now, and we're back racing. Trucks going out of the way. Jaden Reyna and other machines lined in 2 by 2. See, every class is having some type of issue, at least on our end. We are looking to go ahead and keep this green. If it happens to be an issue in the next 2 laps, we will throw the caution to reset everything and we'll be back racing. Nonetheless, this is what we're watching. Aiden Walker, your race leader. Spencer Burns down on the bottom. And it's getting too bad. We're going to go throw the caution, ladies and gentlemen. System issues, safety yellows out. And we're so sorry about the technical difficulties. Multi-class racing, it's always tough to go ahead and hold on to. We are going to reset all of our systems just to make sure we are good to go, but we have been having some system failures in the meantime with some drivers that have been exiting the track, and now we're back good. There's just a quick reset of our system that will get us back to our regular scheduled business. 18 laps to go. Give us some time to breathe, and then we'll be back underway. That's interesting indeed, and we believe we are finding the solution. This happens usually with multi-class racing with this style of car. It's because of how high poly everything is, but we should be good to go from here. We're not changing the overlays throughout the rest of the night. What you've got right here is what you've got. So sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen, but it will be a quick yellow as we get ready to reset once again. We're going to talk about the drivers that are now out of this race. Jaroslav Donskoy, Max Steinmeier, Riley Marabello, Randolph Barbagallo, Chad Hornish, Jason Tamer, Garza, and Matt Deason. We're down to 51 drivers racing out of the 60 that took the green flag and the 62 that were scheduled to race. Nonetheless, it has been a fun night of running. So, through the caution out, it's going to be a quick yellow. We're not wasting any time whatsoever. We'll get the one to go this time by. We're relaying that information as we get ready to go back green. So with drivers having to deal with overloading issues, us as well will have to deal with that same exact thing. But nonetheless, we have the opportunity to throw the caution and let the system relax a little bit. They're amping it up. That's what's going on. The system's getting really amped up with getting back to that start-finish line to end this race. Nonetheless, it's about right now. Spencer Burns, Drew Jua, Aiden Walker lining up and getting back to the green flag action. Lights are off this time by, ladies and gentlemen, and we get ready to go back green. So yes, internet issues. The thing about multi-class racing on the NASCAR side is they're not optimized for multi-class racing. So you might be saying, why are we doing it? Because it sounds cool and it seems fun. But at the end of the day, we push our system to the limit every single chance we get when we multi-class race, even with the e-tickets as well. The only difference between an e-ticket in a community event, with an e-ticket, we usually have more time to plan and find that limit well ahead of time before taking the green flag. With community events, we got to throw a bunch of drivers in there and see how it goes. Now, luckily, during testing, we didn't have any issues. But that doesn't mean issues would not come up throughout the night. So we're going to get ready to watch the racing back going here in just a moment, as we'll have 16 laps to go from Talladega. So a quick caution to slow things down and get it back rolling in the right direction. Left side of your screen once again, top 8 of each class. Let's run it down. Drew Jua, Spencer Burns, Aiden Walker, Moss Steller, James Thurston, Josh Kenyon, Jackson Carr, Jaden Reyna, Thomas Parker, Lilly, Shaq, Gentry, McConaughey, Contreras. You go to the trucks, Cooper Glick is back, Johnson is back, Lee, Sanders, Turpin, Sierra Clamper, Mitchell Armstrong, Tobias Matheson. Let's go back under green flag conditions here from Talladega. Burns on the outside, Jewell on the bottom. Moss Steller on the outside, Walker on the bottom. 16 to get it done from Dega. Burns, Jua, 2x2 to turn 1. Jaden Reyna. Lined in, trying to hold on to it. And Mitchell Armstrong also in that same boat, but this time he's dropped all the way back. One spinning to the inside. Davis Lewis. And due to the blinking, we'll be forced to throw the caution again. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to back out of this session to optimize, and we'll be right back in it till another caution waves due to the system issue. So this is what we're going to do. We did this in the 2.4, right? We're going to do it again here in this event. 15 laps to go. We're going to back out. You guys will see me. You'll see my face here in just a moment. We're going to go back into the session where we'll then reset the system once again entirely, and we'll be going back to the green flag racing. This is because of a system overload issue. Unfortunately, it has happened twice. It wasn't happening all race. We know it's possible for it to go all the way through. But due to the extensive overload of the cars that have left and the system just struggling to get all the way back, we will be doing a quick reset. So see this as almost intermission, as a commercial break, even though we don't have commercial breaks in NR Night in America. Quick commercial break. We're jumping out. We're coming back in. Nothing's going to be lost by it. Loading in. We're just loading in. Trust me, we're just loading in. I promise, we're just loading in. We're just loading in, that's all it is. I'm telling everyone to hold. We're just loading on in, but we'll be ready to go back. Green flag racing shortly. So just a quick little intermission. Checking the chat. It gives you an opportunity to chat it on up. You know, the greatest races on the NASCAR side have always had some type of situation go down. Well, same thing with the 2.4. We had the 2.4 hours of Daytona, and it was the same thing. It was considered one of the greatest races ever. We're not done. We're just right here. You're looking at me for the time being, and hopefully in no time we'll be back in the session and we'll be watching the green flag racing unfold. So very unfortunate with how this has been going down, but as you know, it was working earlier. Somehow just became a slight issue when we got back to the green flag racing form. So you're going to see us go ahead and once again reset the system, but we will be good to go. We're going to make sure that we see the checkered flag on all 3 series tonight. No matter what, you will see a finish. No worries whatsoever. Once again, we will be back Tuesday for rain, and that means I do have to get ready for rain at the conclusion of this stream. It's going to be a lot of fun to see how that all rolls out. We're back in the session. You hear them. Cars are on track. Trucks are on track. That's what it was. An error with the overlays have forced us to reset. And that's all it was. There's a big error with the overlay system that has crashed the system late, which is why we didn't have problems during the stream. If you watch on the stream, we didn't have any problems until later on, but don't worry, we'll be ready to go back green here in just a matter of moments, ladies and gentlemen. The paint schemes are loading on. Give it some time. This is basically the behind the scenes of NRNI. You get the whole thing on a Sunday night. You get everything on a Sunday night. The behind the scenes and how things work. Good news. We're not blinking, which means we're ready to go green flag racing. We're ready to do it. With less cars to worry about for the overlays, we will see that checkered flag. They're showing 2 laps to go. That is not right whatsoever. No way we're already down to the 2 laps to go mark, which means we'll have to go ahead and reset it just one more time. But we are ready to go green. Spencer Burns, your race leader. We will see the one to go this time by. And we will be ready to go at it. I'm not sure what's going on here. Hold on. They're showing 2 laps to go in this race. Whoa. Did we get down to a time limit? I believe we did. Well, we're going to see here in just a matter of moments how this race goes. Pace car, hard left onto pit road. Let's get ready to go green. No, they're still showing 13 to go in the race, so it may be on us. Back underway from Talladega. It is 13 laps to go, but they're now showing the final lap. Burns on the outside. Mosteller in tow, nose to tail, wheel to wheel. Spencer Burns rolls his way into turn 3. Got lined in, has to drop back to the bottom. Top side, inside, moving all the way through. On the overlays, it's going to show Spencer Burns, race winner. But we're going to have to wait for timing and scoring. They're saying it's still 11 to go. That is so weird. Bryce Thomas wrecking in the rear. Caution. Miranda Rose, Lane Sanders. Involved in an incident. I am so confused. I am beyond confused. Did Spencer Burns win this race? No, they're showing the yellow flag. If the race would have ended, they would have shown the checkered flag. So what's going on once again with the overlay system? We may just have to call the finish without overlays because they're still saying there's racing to be held. No, they're saying there's 10 to go. Wow. I am beyond confused. So the overlays have broke. They're still saying we got 10 laps to go and that the race is not over. So it's just an overlay issue on our end. Man, it's okay. It's all good. We still got a lot of racing left. But man, that is a scary sight to see when you come back in. You're like, wait, hold on. How many laps to go? So we still got 10 to go. This will be 9 to go. This time by, we are still racing. Let's go see what happened back towards the Truck Series class. So you might as well just show the time limit at this point. This happened in the Truck Series class, working their way down off corner exit. Bryce Thomas went for a slide, and they just started wrecking them down off 4. Xander McKinney. They've gotten a piece of it. Lane Sanders very much got a piece of it. The caution is out. The race is not done. It says checkered, but we have 10 to go. This will be 9 laps to go from what we're hearing. So I'm just going to have to go ahead and bring back my first ever time calling a race in person. I had to count the laps on how many we had for the ARCA race at Salem. We're in the same boat now. So it's 9 laps to go. Not checkered flag. For whatever reason, it's showing checkered flag up on the overlays. The race is not official. This has been a wacky night. It's been a very wacky night. And I'm telling you, come Tuesday, it's either going to be a wacky night as well, or it's going to be great with the rain. But very rarely do we have this type of wackiness in our night in America. But hey, if you're going to try something new, you may have to also go and expect new problems to occur. But right now, it has been very interesting. It still shows Spencer Burns, your race leader. The problem is they're showing now Andrew Cootie as second. That's where the problem lies. Because Andrew Cootie, from what I'm looking at right now, is not the race leader. They have him as first twice. So we have been undergoing issues with the overlays that put us in a scare that we thought we went down to 10 to go, or should we say 2 to go. Now we're down to 9 laps remaining in this race. So I just want to go ahead and point that out. 9 laps are remaining in the race. We will be getting to the checkered flag shortly, but we'll get the 1 to go with 8 laps remaining. We'll restart with 7 laps remaining. So we're going to get the restart this time by once the lights come off. We'll get the lights off now. So 8 laps to go. That is so weird that they're showing overlays that way. Let's do it. Okay, now we have it correct. 9 laps to go. ladies and gentlemen. Oh, man. They wanted to scare me today. I'm telling you. Community events are always interesting for a viewer. You never know what you're going to get, but we're good. We're back. We're ready. 8 laps to go. This is what this race is going to come down to. This is it. So we had our own drama on our end before we got it back going. But this is it. 8 laps, 3 classes. Wow. Matt Neeson saying Godspeed drivers, dropping the $20 super chat. So thankful for that one. It's fixed. We're ready. Enough with the drama. Enough of what's been going on. It's time to find victory lane. Burns, Mosteller, Thurston, and Carr. This is it right here, right now. Crowd on its feet. You've hung out all night to see this finish. From the great action-packed racing that we had to then the system problems that occurred in the middle of the race. Here we are. Is it gonna be Elijah Parker? Is it going to be Benjamin Francis? Is it going to be Spencer Burns? Pace car, hard left onto pit road. This is it. Just 7 to go from Sweet Home, Alabama. Winning a race in our night in America. That's magical. Winning an e-ticket, it's out of this world. A multi-class race, you join the less than 1% to get it done. 7 to go. Clean through 1. Burns leading. To the inside, lined up with Mosteller, top side with Carr. And he's going to be holding that wheel to wheel as long as he can. He doesn't want to allow them to get through. Elijah Parker inside, trying to hold them all at bay. Contreras on the outside with the move. Here comes Francis, lined up with Vanderlee. Cooper Glick, back to the middle. Robbie Richard outside, drag race, start finish line. Burns on top, Mosteller on the bottom. Jackson Carr slams the back end of the Camry. I'm telling you one thing, Spencer Burns is going to have to make it wide if he wants to see victory. Carr, outside wall, huge hit to that 44. And he's done, out of the race. No caution, he's got to get out of the way. And here come the leaders of the Xfinity Series class. They're wadding him up. Caution will wave. Cooper Glick involved. Oh, and so many in the trucks got hit as collateral damage. Geo Turpin, Sierra Clamper may have gotten tagged. Oh my. And they kept it green, and right when they were getting ready to throw the yellow for the Xfinity wreck, it was the domino effect that occurred. Daniel Mosteller is your race leader. James Thurston second. Drew Jua third. Spencer Burns fourth. One of the biggest household names in Enter Night, run 1 through 4. Well, we got one thing we have left to do. Go see what happened. And we saw what happened with Jackson Carr. He just wrecked. 3 wide, 4 wide, Delgado, Josh Lilly. Oh, Delgado just slammed him up into the outside wall. And then here comes the trucks. Marcus Vanderlei involved, goes for a slide. No, it's a lot better than we thought. That was going to be a lot more, but you saw Sierra clamper it up into the outside wall. And Josh Lilly, who won the hearts of so many in the Daytona 2.4, will be out of this multi-class race. Now what? Pit road full of machines. They're chunked up, they're littered. And we'll have now 4 laps to go. Now they've got to go, and they've got to go quick. That's the big thing here. I'm not seeing a lot of Xfinity Series machines left after that wreck. We got Vietvu, we got Truhl. And they're talking about it. We're going to be close on time here. So they've got to get it back refired. They're going to say, we think we have enough, we'll be okay. Continuing to roll, Mosteller, Thurston. That will be row 1. Parker, Contreras, Miles, and Zola. Tonight has been one wild night. They give it the one to go. One thing that was talked about and worried about when everyone was tailgating the Discord before this race, what are the new problems we're going to find that we've never experienced before because we've never done this before? And very few leagues have attempted this before. Well, we found the new problems, but the best part about finding a problem is how quick can you find a solution? Well, we found it on the overlays. We found it on the system overriding itself. Now it comes down to drivers. That was a big wreck back there. You don't have a lot of time left. This is going to be the race. What happens here, happens here. And we talked about it. Once the next gens take the white flag, this race is official. There are very few Xfinity Series machines left in this race. And the trucks still have a beautiful field ready to go back at it. Clamper just getting back. Those are the guys involved in the incident. 4 to go. 3 laps to go from Talladega. Mosteller topside, lined in with Burns. Walker in tow, still lined in with Kenyon. They've got to get away. They've got to get away quick. This Xfinity field lined up 2 by 2, but not a lot of machines. It may come down to track position there. The trucks, they're lined in. Top side Pena looking for a move. Top side McKinney looking for a move. Connor Zola, race leader to turn 3. 3 to go. 2 to go from Talladega. And once the next gens take the white flag, this race is official. Next flag ends the race. Mosteller topside with Burns. He's getting shoved back in the Xfinity Series class. They know it's go time. They're wanting it. They're swaying. The trucks know if they get to the backstretch, this race will be official for them. Penny on the bottom. Mosteller in the middle. Burns in the middle. Thurston downstairs into the lead. Is it gonna be a lot of shuffling, a lot of shaking? This race is gonna be official. Salamanca, 1 to go from Talladega. Mosteller the line, has to make it wide. Climbs the banking of 1 and 2. Hungry machines wait in the wait. It's the Xfinity Series class that now get back. Leader Jaden Reyna lines in downstairs behind Connor Zola. 3 wide, looking for a move. Cooper Glick goes around. Rickett in the next gens. Growing to the outside wall. James Thurston's involved. Spencer Burns has got to make it back to the line. Page to the inside, gets tagged. Here comes Jua. Top side. This is the finish of the multi-class race at Talladega. Jua Ford, Burns Toyota. Drag race, start finish line. Drew Jua, victorious from Dega. It's Shaq that pulls away, entering the triumphal. No one in reach as Will Shaq will find victory lane. Sanders to the inside. Miranda Rose. Mitchell Armstrong, give it to maybe Mitchell Armstrong winning this race. Yes, Mitchell Armstrong gets it done in the trucks. Unreal. I need a breath after that. Oh my. Drew Jua, redemption in Dega. I cannot believe it. 3 drivers, 3 different winners. Oh, and Burns not happy at all with the Drew Jua machine. Goes ahead and takes them out. But nonetheless, Jua going to victory lane. What a race. What a drive. Wow. Will Shaq burns it down. He's still mad. I don't understand what Burns is mad about, what he's fed up with. Drew Jua won that race. That's all on him. And that was all, he did, I think, pretty cleanly too. Wow, he's still pissed off. I don't understand. What is he upset about? Was the call good? Back to the start-finish line? That's what I care about. Some drivers just trying to finish. We're going to go over every single finish to the start-finish line. Ladies and gentlemen, from all 3 classes, some of the trucks drivers we're hearing are disappointed that the admins won to go it. They were still on pit road. So that's going to spark some controversy, isn't it? Let's watch back on the last lap. Jewel on the bottom. Burns jumps top. Sean Rowe, Mostella, they all get involved. They're wrecking, scattering. Burns, Page lined in. I'm still not seeing what Burns would be mad at. That was the first swipe there. But then he jumps to the outside. This is a clean move. Yes, maybe the one on Page was tough. Oh, it's the hit down that Burns didn't like by Jua. He feels like Drew Jua came down and swiped the 06. Watch it again. This is through the tri-oval. Spencer's coming up. Jua, I think, was anticipating a hit. Remember, he just got off of an e-ticket event where he got slammed by Mosteller. And that's how it ended. What happened with Will Shaq? Oh, they were wrecking back to the start-finish line. And Shaq got through. Let's watch this finish. Let's see. Shaq's lined in. We talked about collateral damage. There's going to be a problem in the Xfinity Series. Nonetheless, Contreras topside. We talked about the wreck with the Next-Gen. They got out of the way. Who didn't by chance? There's Sean Rowe. What happened here with Reigns? Netcode to the highest extent. Yeah, he's blinking, so he was having internet issues. But where is he going? You have a whole other race going on. What could you possibly be thinking? Yeah, I don't think we're going to see Jonathan Rains for a little while in NR9 after that move. And that's rookie class right there. You got a whole other race on its way. You've lost the next gen race. Xfinity has to get back to the line. You just see it just blew the entire nose off the 5 of Sean Pena. Wow. That's unreal. Bam! Handed the win to Will Shack. The next gen class, this is where, now the trucks. So we got down and dirty. Here's Cooper Glick. Backhand of Kenneth Rose. All right, we gotta see how this one goes down. Miranda Rose lined up. How did Mitchell Armstrong win this? He turns the 42. He's gonna have daylight on this outside lane. Now remember, they had to deal with this minefield. Contreras was wrecked. Rose had to go to the bottom to avoid. And there was another big hit. That's probably Richard. And this could have all been avoided if Rains got out of the way. And it was a drag race to the line. Davis Lewis. Yeah, there is no respect out of the next gen class. When you're done, you have to get out of the way. That's all on Davis Lewis. I cannot believe a driver with his etiquette just sat in the middle of the track. I understand you're damaged, but you know it's a multi-class race. Let these guys finish. The next gens are not above Xfinity and Truck. And this probably costed Kenneth Rose a win. It handed the 32 a big-time win nonetheless, but that is just unreal. What a race it was. Let's go ahead and talk with all of your winners. Wow. And we knew that was going to be something heading into this race. That collateral damage wrecks were going to be a mainstay. But Drew Jua will find his way #1 on top of the board. Let's go talk with Jua. Let's bring him in. Jua, it's the John you got a copy.
Yes, sir.
Well, you didn't win the e-ticket event. You won the community event. Walk me through it.
You know, I learned something from Demos, from him walled me, so I doored Burns there. Nah.
He was pissed.
Yeah, it was just a kind of unfortunate situation. I wasn't trying to door slam him. I was trying to side draft him, and I kind of got clear, and he was gonna side draft my left rear, and I kind of came down a little bit and accidentally door slammed him. But I find it kind of funny that like the chat. I know like Burns doesn't have the best history, but everybody's blaming that on Burns when that was, you know, that was my fault, and I'm taking full accountability for it. So, it was a fun
I didn't
race.
understand why he was mad at you at first. I'm like, what is he mad about? And then we saw the replay. I'm like, oh. And the person that comes on is like, that's a reaction from the Darrington Woodworking Florida 500. Give me one moment. Eric W., thank you so much for gifting the 5 memberships. Really helps us out a lot. Thank you to all the members we've had tonight. You can continue, Jua, but there was no way that wasn't anything but the worry of what happened.
Yeah, it was just hard racing. You know, we raced up front. The next gens probably had the best race of them all. I feel like every other series is kind of just gridlocked, but you know, it was chaos. I don't really know what happened. I know that both of the other two, I feel like all 3 races had a controversial ending, so we'll take
this
a
is
win,
a controversial race. I saw Twitter was like, why are you doing this? This is so weird. I'm like, because it's fun. Because we've never done it before, and no one's done it before, so let's give it a crack. And I'll tell you this. It was entertaining from a viewer standpoint. What are some of the issues as a driver you had? Because my phone was also blowing up with the fact that drivers were struggling with packet loss in the middle of this race, as well as we did. We didn't experience it at all till the end of the race. But with a system of cars that aren't made for multi-class racing, this is an undergoing issue.
I don't know if that's like if I'm the next gen people are like the right people to ask, because we didn't really see the other two series unless we were under caution. So I would ask the other two winners, but I was fine for the whole race. The only real issues is like I felt that some of the other series are racing super hard, and some of the blocks that were thrown in the next gen series were kind of questionable, and I know we had 2 wrecks like that. But all in all, it was a fun race. It was nice to be able to run the whole race. I know I had to leave halfway through in the 2.4, so payback, I guess, for the Florida 500, but we'll take a win.
Yeah, I mean, it was absolutely fantastic. You want to say anything to anyone back at home? I know a lot of people were rooting for you, including after the last e-ticket.
Yeah, thanks to everybody for watching. If you haven't already, drop a like on the stream, follow, subscribe, everything, and we'll be back for the next e-ticket event.
Hey, will you be racing in the rain with us this Tuesday?
I think so. If I'm not doing anything for RTP or Coke for my team, I should be able to make it. So it should be fun. I know I'm gonna be on iRacing a lot on Tuesday and on Wednesday because of this new update. So I'm super excited for it. I've seen some videos and it looks like a blast to run.
It was exciting. Congratulations, Jua.
Thank you.
Will Shack, welcome to Victory Lane. Your teammate Delgado was involved in a huge wreck that really tore some things up, but you got your way through. Talk to me, explain what you saw, and if you have any frustration with the next gen class, feel free to let it rip.
Something about these cars here, man, just coming through. I thought I would have had that on the last lap, the second to last lap. Was feeling good. Then things are getting weird up there. Got shuffled out. Kind of thought it was over. Just wanted to stay in it and just hope something happened up front. And then I saw 15 car, the next gen, slowly start to come up. And after hearing people shouting about wrecks, just realized there was a chance. And I saw it come up, and I thought it was over for me there. I thought he was going to keep coming up and just take me out, but just swerved the perfect way. And watching back to my mirror, the 5 car hit was insane. Just didn't, that was, I don't get why people didn't just park it after a wreck.
Yeah, that was my thing too. I'm kind of actually frustrated about that personally, because your race is done and it's a multi-class race. So why you start racing the other guys that have wrecked knowing that there's 2 or 3 other series on its way? I don't get that one.
There's a lot of just stupid moves in here that needs an explanation.
Or 1 to 2 series on its way. Sorry. It was very interesting, but you found Victory Lane. I mean, were you shocked?
To be honest, not really. Something about this car, super speedways, very confident here, and something I've done the past couple of times. I've won here. Every time I've won this race, I've called it in the middle of the race. Always just calling my shot with that. Week and a half ago, I was racing with a lot of these guys in another league, and just Xfinity Daytona, and managed to bring it home with the exact same way. Was doing decently, called it that I was going to win it, then managed to avoid the final wreck, and here I am. It feels good to finally be here.
Well, heck yeah. This is your first win at Enter Night.
Yeah.
Heck yeah. And it's with a community event. That is awesome. How was it racing at one point clean with the trucks?
Oh, it was so much fun. That was being there with the trucks. I didn't expect them to be so fast, but I guess once in the draft, they're just up there with everyone. And I almost got taken out early on with that racing. People were squeezing it low and just I think wrecked off of me. Didn't get to look at that back yet, but managed to live through that, and wow.
Well, it was a lot of fun. Congratulations on your win, and hey, we got a truck winner as well, Mitchell Armstrong.
What's up? What's up? What's up?
Hey, Victory Lane, how about it?
Yeah, I'm happy.
You're another one that was really involved in the collateral damage. You kind of knew at the trucks I think the trucks definitely knew heading in. If the Xfinity Series or the Next-Gen's wreck, they were going to be on the forefront of it. But for the first half of the race, it was not like that at all. It really didn't happen until later on, coming back to the line. Walk me through your race and walk me through how things went.
To be honest, I just wanted to two-by finish, one to the finish, but that Cup car came in and ruined it. Kind of sad, but I'm kind of happy that I won.
Oh,
between the middle of the race, kind of chaos. And I'm sorry about Jola for like turning him on that final lap. Didn't mean to do that, so I'm sorry.
Hey, I want to say this: was the race fun though? That's the big thing.
It was kind of mid, but kind of good. I kind of liked it.
Yeah.
Trucks worked better than Cup and Xfinity, in my opinion.
Now, wait, hold on. Now, you're one of the more exciting people in this Discord. Why are you not like up in arms right now about this win? This is your first. Isn't this your first win in NR Night?
No, second.
Second. That's right. You won back in 2021.
Yeah.
Well, hey, it was exciting. Now you turned that 42. What was going through your head? You just saw it.
I did not mean to do that. I did not mean to do that. I'm sorry. He told me that he was gonna go low, and I wasn't gonna lift because I was trying to go for a win. So yeah, he said he was gonna go low, and I just cut him off there and spun him. I did not mean to do that. Sorry.
Well, it was interesting. Back to line, you rose. You had to get through a couple other machines that were in front of you. What was your view when you saw Davis Lewis?
I said it's my chance to go high, and I took it, and I won.
Oh, it was exciting. You want to say anything to anyone back at home? This is your first time in an interview since 2021. A lot's changed since 2021, that's for sure.
Yeah. Nobody. I would say.
Come on! What about the people hanging out with us?
No. Austin, Gavin, and Gentry.
What about the viewers, my man? The viewers hanging out with us tonight. We had a great crowd.
Oh yeah,
I saw some people happy that you won. Some think that you're Joseph Armstrong's brother, which is not true.
I am not his brother, to clarify.
Well, hey man, it was awesome seeing you victory. Are you gonna go racing in the rain with us on Tuesday?
I'm gonna try if my PC don't blow up.
I think everyone's gotta cool down their PCs tonight after that. Were you experiencing some issues at all during this race?
No, not once. No.
Wow, well that is amazing. Well, congratulations on your win, my man, and we can't wait to see you back in victory lane again one day.
All right, thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna need a breather after that one. Fun race, yes. Exciting race, yes. We knew things could have gone amiss at some point. It did at some point. We're so sorry again for the second time in a row in a community event. Well, not in a row for a community event, but second time in a row for a multi-class race community event that the things just exploded. And I was watching the CPU dials, and towards the end of the race, randomly it just started breaking off the charts. Luckily for the second community multi-class race in a row, we fixed it. So hopefully things are going the right direction. I think it's mainly because of these overlays. There's something up with these overlays, something in the coding that is making things go crazy, because we didn't have any problems during testing at all. But at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, we're back Tuesday, 8 Eastern, 7 Central. We're going to go SRX racing later in the night, but we're racing in the rain right away Tuesday night, 8 Eastern, 7 Central on this YouTube channel. A multi-class NASCAR race, very different and foreign compared to what we usually do in NR Night in America. Yes, but it's not the first time we've done it. Definitely the first time on an oval. Did you like it? Did it spark your curiosity? Lot said it was either going to be a really good race or an absolute not good race. I'll say it was a great race to start. With us being forced to throw cautions, I think it took a lot of these guys out of their rhythm. We will look back on the stream. We're going to see what we have to improve on, because we will have another one in the future. Clearly, you guys did enjoy it. We'll have another one in the future, this time on a different oval that will not be a super speedway. When will that be? Not sure, but it will be exciting as per usual. And our night in America, always looking to innovate and thread that needle. Go ahead and push the limits as much as we can. I'll see you Tuesday night at 8 Eastern, 7 Central, ladies and gentlemen, for Racing in the Rain. Want to say thank you to Eric W., Jimmy for dropping out memberships, Matt Neeson for the $20 super chat. How about Tyler Tinsley? How about Average becoming a Champions Club member? Sputtermouth lining with Zack Attack. Sputtermouth again, and David Bell becoming members, and David Bell dropping the $20 super chat. Ladies and gentlemen, there's always something new to look forward to on this channel, and I'm so glad you all have tuned in. You have your opinions? Let us know down in the Discord below as we continue to reach nearly 3,000 members in that server. Nonetheless, your opinion means something. I hope to see you Tuesday night at 8 Eastern, 7 Central. I'm John Ramos. This has been the NASCAR Multi-Class Race at Talladega. So long, ladies and gentlemen, and good night.